setting myself up to trade the open. Wednesday, the 10th of June. I had a pretty difficult session as usual in the DAX. I find it a difficult market to trade. Just trying to get short up here. Then I saw these pullbacks, and I decided to partially close my position here somewhere, and then partially closed it up here. And then I saw another. I closed it here somewhere, and then I saw another push lower. I was trying to get short. I doubled up, and I took profit down here somewhere. But then, of course, I missed out on all of this, and then even lower at one point. Coming after a day where I was desperately trying to get long in the DAX. For this rally, where was it? I was trying to get long here for this, because I felt like it wants to have another leg up. And I tried to go long DAX all through the pre-market session, but it just kept going up and down, reversed 8 times, and then finally here took a small scalp and ended up slightly profitable on the day, and it just gave up. And then it happened. So it's just been frustrating in the DAX. Then I looked at CPI today, and I thought, I might try to get long here. I bought this bar here. Had my stop loss below there. Risking about 40 points, I think. $200. Oh, sorry, it was about 50 points. Then at one point I was about 20 points in profit. And I lost faith with the trade. I lost faith in the trade, ended up getting out around break even. Basically, I lost $8. So it's been a kind of a nothing day so far, but a decent week so far. Pretty good first couple of days. Those are my trades for today. So DAX, the attempted short that I partially exited, and then exited the full position, and then the actual trade, another short and an add-on. So I ended up being up about $200 so far, and this is the NASDAQ break-even, basically break-even, where it says minus $8. I just kind of lost faith with it, but I wasn't thinking about shorting it after that. Could have made a small scalp, but I didn't think that it was going much lower at that point, because I still thought that when I've seen these kind of moves on CPI in the past, I've often seen on the 10-minute bar the market make a measured move up eventually of that bar if you buy the close of that bar. So I think it could go higher, but I had lost faith in it at that point. Anyway, that doesn't really matter now that the open is just opened. I'm not sure now about the direction of the market. There was a heavy sell-off, like I think it was like 1,800 points at some point last night in the NASDAQ. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Is it going lower another day, or is it going to have a big rally, like a big short squeeze? I don't know. I don't really know what to expect after these days because it's very rare for the market to sell off that much. And I feel like I don't have any reference point. I've never seen that before, so I don't really know what to expect of today. A small bull bar on the 2-minute chart. Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like it seems quite unlikely now that this measured move up is going to happen because it's already pulled back so far. But I am sort of still thinking about potential rally here after this initial drop. Just as I say that, it's already rallied so fucking much. Not really giving me an opportunity to buy. Damn it. I'd have to risk so much if I wanted to buy it here. market's forcing me to have a wide stop. Although I think my probability is high. I'm not going to play because I don't want to have a stop that big. I'll just wait. I think there's a clear target to the upside though. This line up here. And it's just vacuuming up now. Would have been a nice trade, but I don't feel like risking $600 on this trade. Yeah, I always say to myself, despite how bad it feels to feel like you've missed out, don't let the market suck you into situations where you feel like you're being forced to risk a lot. I'm just not going to do that. It's my mental discipline that protects me from taking huge losses. I just refuse to let the market to kind of dictate to me what to do. Because if I scroll through the chart here, could buy anything for the smaller bar. Like look at this, 2 consecutive bull bars. Just buy it. You don't have to risk a lot, and you get that move. Why do I need to buy a bar that's twice that big? I just don't need to. There's no need to risk that much. I don't care if it goes to the moon. The way I see it, my first job is to manage my risk. Speaking of risk, the trader that I watched, Tom Hugart, last night during NASDAQ, or during the US session, ended up losing like $20,000. So, which is sort of just under 20% of his account in 1.5 hours. That to me, as much as I think he's an excellent trader, he's amazing, that to me is not good trading. I do not want to emulate that kind of behavior. I want to take the good sides of his trading, like his discipline to never move the stock down. His work ethic, he shows up every day. Does a lot of research. Very, very respectable quality, his work ethic. But the way he adds to positions, like he'll just buy it here, and as soon as it's 10 points in his favor, just add again. I'm just thinking, you've already placed a trade there. That additional trade is not really another setup or an idea. It's just so why are you doubling your risk? It seems to work for him though, because he's very successful, but I just don't think that I want to replicate the swings that he has. Because I think for me it wouldn't be good mentally. is a clear target up there. Look at the size of all these buy signal bars. They're huge. Looks like I'm just going to have to wait. And if I don't get an opportunity to take a trade, I don't care. Here it goes. It's about to hit the mission move. Wonder if there's going to be some profit taking there, or it just slams up even harder. If there is some profit taking, it'll retrace a little bit. But if there isn't, and this market just keeps rocketing up, then probably that level is not that important to the market, I think. Yeah. It's a very tight bull channel, this. I think if I switch to the 1 minute chart, there, so, okay, so maybe it's actually not that tight. So, a bit like that, maybe. Clone. Something like this, maybe. Okay, so some fairly deep pullbacks. It's sort of more a broad pull channel. Looks a bit weird on the 2 minute chart. Suppose I could buy this bar, but I'm not going to, just because it's sort of at a profit-taking area, in my humble opinion. I mean, it's really close to yesterday's closing price there. Probably fill that gap because it's so close to there. It'll probably squeeze up a little bit more at least. Maybe. Sometimes you get these kind of conflicting things, like I think that this is a profit-taking area based on what I've seen in the CPI, which I don't know if it's all that important on the 10-minute bar. But then there's another target up there. I'm wondering whether it would be a good idea to buy at a profit-taking area where a pullback could ensue to get up to this target. I don't know. Confusing. I think I'm going to get rid of this now because it's sort of confusing me. Maybe a little bit. Whenever I have too many lines in the chart, I start focusing on the lines instead of the actual price, the actual candles. So those things tend to confuse me more than they elucidate what's going on to me. Like I'll have a a sort of a channel line or something, and I think, oh, that's resistance, and then I try to sell into it, and the market is just printing bull bars, and I'm not paying attention to the fact that it's just printing bull bars, and I'm trying to sell it just because it's at some imaginary resistance that I've drawn. So I find those things confuse me more than they help me. So I don't like having any lines on my chart. Well, let's just hit yesterday's close. I do not rule out the possibility that this market rockets up above that high today. Not at all. The curious thing that happened here on bar 2, it went a couple of ticks below bar 1, no doubt to trap bears, and then reversed up immediately, and sharply. I think the market's in an always in long condition now. There's nothing to sell at the moment. That could change later, but right now there's nothing to sell, nothing for bears here. Be interesting if buyers show up below prior bar low here. Because it's a gap fill of that bar's high. It lines up with the prior bar low here. Doesn't look like they're showing up yet. I think if this market starts printing a bearish, some kind of sell signal, it could be a trap here. Just because it's very rare from my experience that I've seen the market rocket up to yesterday's close and then suddenly reverse at that point. Whenever I've tried to sell there, it's not worked out good. But it is making a very deep retracement here. It's gone below prior bar low on the 5-minute chart. That's the bar that's breaking. Oh no, it's not, sorry. This was the bar that broke out above the CPI high. So I think if it goes below this bar, I could make a measured move down. But until it does that, I don't think I should be looking for shorts. I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if somebody who's highly experienced in trading were to watch my video, what they would think about what I'm talking about. My analysis of the price action. Maybe they would be thinking, yeah, he's he's not really paying attention to the important things. Like maybe I'm not really thinking about important things at all, or my interpretation of what's going on is completely wrong. Be interesting to know what a highly skilled professional trader would think of my intuition about the direction of the market based on what I'm seeing. A strong bear bar on the 5 minute. Let's see if I know that bears are already trapped, like they got trapped down here. If anybody sold a close of bar 1, sold below it, 1 tick below it, they got immediately trapped. Let's see if more bears get trapped here. What would be additionally extremely interesting would be if this market were to retrace down to the close of bar 1 and whether there were shorts there who now decide to get out break even and it makes a perfect double bottom right there and then rockets up. I don't know. That would be very interesting. I'm thinking about going long here, but I'll see. Wait for the bar closes. Because that just triggered a high 1 long setup. But so far it seems sellers are showing up there above this small bear bar. I just hesitated for a second there. Fuck. Well, well, well. Scared money don't make money. Scared. I was hoping to get a slightly better price for it to retrace a little bit down here. Scared. It's a bias showing up below prior bar low, definitely. At least some. Not afraid of yesterday's sell-off. They're thinking it could go higher than yesterday's close. I think that's what they're thinking anyway. Let's see if I get a high too long. Possibly. My initial thinking was if it trades above this bar here, it'll probably make another attempt at the high. Maybe better to wait for a second entry long. The 5-minute bar, it started going up, but now it's coming down to close seemingly a doji, which is funny that it's doing that in the last minute of the bar. So something that looked bullish is now closing indecisive, possibly bearish. It's interesting. I'm still very careful about trading so close to the open, but that's why I'm kind of hesitant at the open, because the bars are big and the direction is less clear than later in the day, or sort of after a bit more time has passed. The irony is I would have bought it there if this bar did that, came down. Probably would have bought it there. But now bear bar on the 5-minute chart, so now 2 consecutive bear bars. This could get some kind of measured move down, I suppose. But I think if I see a bear trap and the market quickly trapping bears, should go long. Bit confusing, to be honest. Tom Hugart's strategy will trigger a short below the second 15-minute bar. See if that works. I usually don't take his setups, but just see if it works. It'd be interesting. A possible double bottom bull flag here. Market going up, spiking up, sideways, double bottom, turns into a double bottom bull flag. Possible here. I did think it was an odd place to reverse back up here on the open, because it didn't really fill any gaps to like the prior bar high. I don't know. Wonder if it wants to come back down and make another bottom. A second entry long now. High too long, virtually at the same price as the high one long. But having taken out that low. Interesting. I might consider buying the close of this bar. Wow, the risk is now really big. Fuck's sake. feels like the market's forcing me to do something I don't want to do. High one long above a inside bar on the 5-minute chart. I don't think that's a good buy signal, that bar. I need to be careful here. Because there's something weird happening here. Something weird is happening with the bulls. Why haven't they made a new high yet? If they're so strong. Maybe it's because they're not that strong yet. A 15-minute bar. Triggered a short below that bar. And now going higher. 10-minute bar, bull bar, bear bar. Oh, sorry, bull bar, bear bar. Okay, so it is somewhat bullish. Seems like there's a bit of whatchamacallit, like confusion or something after yesterday's big sell-off. Maybe the bulls are a little bit tentative, not willing to commit to anything just yet because they got burned yesterday. They got heavily wrecked yesterday. 2-minute chart, which is the chart I look at to place entries, I'm not really seeing much from, like, in terms of like consecutive bull bars or something that suits me to buy. Maybe now. My only hesitation with this bar is that it's big. And the fact that it's a potential double top. But I do think this market's going higher. I think I will buy. Got my stop loss below this bar. I'm just attempting a long position here. I really want to see a quick rally. Don't want to see it fucking around for too long. I'm going to move my stop to break even here. I don't want to see another pullback. I want to see it do something climactic to the upside here. I'm at the mercy of the market now. If it rallies, it rallies. Sellers coming in above the high of the day. Oh, that's sad. I did have more than a 1-to-1 there. Probably should have taken profit, but let's see. to get stopped out. No luck. Fucking hell. Get fucked. Now it's rallying. It's a bit disappointing. It just went one tick above the high of the day. A little one tick trap to get bulls long. Yeah, probably should have taken 1% profit. Got a bit too greedy, I suppose. I really don't think if you're shorting up here that you're going to get very lucky today. Something tells me that those shorts, if they got their stop up here now, are going to keep getting stopped out. I'm going to try long again. Not really the bar I wanted to see, but it's a bull bar. It's not working for me at the moment. Take profit here. was just thinking during this bar, when the market started pulling back against me, and then during this bar here, I thought about adding, and I was thinking, I'm so glad that I took this long, despite the fact that the market is pulling back against me. Even if I make a loss, I'm glad I took this long, just because I had the balls to take that setup again, despite the fact that I got stopped out break even here and that I was really disappointed. And I actually thought about, you know what I should do? I should actually double down on this position and double my risk, just because I want to sort of prove to myself that I can do it. Just because I'm not a big time trader, so for me, like, risking $300 is I'm up to 32k now, so I've made about 2,300 for the week. So I was at 30k at the start of the week on Monday, and it's now Wednesday. So I just wanted to. So for me, I'm not a huge time trader. Like, I don't trade big, large positions like some people, like this guy Tom Hugard here. Like, wins and loses $20,000 in a day, or in like an hour and a half, like he did yesterday. Lost like 20 grand in half an hour US. But for me, like, 300 is 1% of my balance. So yeah, if I double down on a position, it's like, it's a lot for me. You know, so just because I had the conviction to actually get long again, despite the disappointment of having been stopped out after seeing a 1% profit for my account. I just wanted to double down on it so bad. But I sort of, I guess I didn't have the balls to do it. I don't know. Especially after I saw this bar here. I was sort of wondering, it's pulling back against me, Should I get out? I'll wait for the close, and then it closed the third consecutive bull bar. I'm like, I should fucking double up here. Yeah, if I didn't buy it there, I probably would have bought it here, I think. So that's why I was thinking about doubling up. I really think that when I see price action like this, like some kind of sell signal and then it fails quickly, and then another sell signal and it fails quickly, and then a double top that goes higher by one tick, I think it's just too easy. If you're a bear, if you're trying to sell a double top, you just go put your sell order there, and you put your stop loss up here somewhere, and then you start seeing profit, and then you move your stop loss to break even, you're 100% getting stopped out. 100%. It's going to have another stab up there. Double tops do not occur like this, I think. I feel like this is a kind of day where the market's channeling up, and whenever you try to sell, you're just going to get stopped out. It's the kind of character that this day has to me. I'm sort of even expecting it to do something climactic to the upside, like rush above this high. Just really surprise bears, put the squeeze on bears. I feel like that's what this market wants to do. To squeeze bears and then possibly even go to yesterday's high. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but it could do it in a manner of different ways. It could just go straight up, or it could come back, pull back, have another low of the day, stop out any bulls, and then rip up hard. I don't know. It just feels like the bulls are building something. They're building a bull flag that's going to accelerate up quickly somehow. It just feels like that. I don't know. Could be wrong. I don't know. So I'll look at the 5 minute. Okay, so I actually considered whether it would be good to buy above this high if it comes here again. It did do that. I could be completely obviously wrong about my view on what the market might do today, but it might need to pull back more, sell off all of the CPI gains. Not too sure. So it's just come down to the place where I entered initially. So I'd have been stopped out break even if I didn't take profit. I'll just see what my trading day looks like so far. This minus 1.5 was the break even I had just before. So made about $764 today. Wondering if I should just call it a night because it's 12:30 a.m. now. I was trading the European session, and then I went and after a frustrating session where I made a couple $100 only, I went and played with my nephew for about 3 hours, and that was amazing. Such a good kid. He's such a cute kid. Wish I could show a picture of him on the screen. Maybe I can. I don't want to. Maybe I shouldn't. Because he's not my kid. Yeah, look at this. I think bears are just going to keep getting stopped out all day. Just waiting for it to do something really climactic. I think it's going to happen. I often wonder, like, it often happened to me in the past where I get stopped out, break even on a position, and then the market rallies. And I often think, like, it's almost like the market knows where the break even stops are likely to be. It just comes back, tags them, and then goes higher. Doesn't allow. Here we go. Here's the climactic thing I was talking about. Yeah, I reckon bears are bears are in trouble today. If you keep selling new highs, I think best you can do for now is a scalp. That's going to be a real surprise for bears when they get, like, if there's bears holding positions here from yesterday. I think today's market's going to put them under pressure. It's going to go up. It'll be very interesting to come back in the morning and see what's happened. I'll be very excited to see tomorrow after I have my sleep. Yeah. Well, I'm sort of happy with my effort in the end. I don't think I'll take any more trades for now, because I don't feel like giving back profit. Because I already gave back one break even. It's not that I don't trust myself, it's that I still trust my ability to read the direction for scalps. It's just that I don't want to stay here for that much longer. Because after I played with my nephew for a few hours, I just got a bit tired. And then I watched the fucking CPI. I tried to trade that without luck. So I've been looking at the screen for a long time today. So much so that I'm wondering if I should take tomorrow's European session off and just go skating. So one of my friends called me to go for a skate tomorrow. I'm trying to think, like, if I go for a skate in the middle of the day, then I usually like to have a rest before the European session, but I like to have a sleep in after I've traded US. Maybe I'll just go for a skate in the afternoon and miss the European session for Thursday. Because the European session has been and is usually a source of great frustration for me, because I'm trying to position myself in the stupid DAX. But the DAX is just, like, look at this shit. What the fuck? I'm trying to position myself short here, and then it keeps doing these big surges up, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And then it breaks finally lower, and then it does another big surge up, and I'm like, I think I've got to give up on my short. And then it sells off, and then I get short again, and then it makes a little move down. And the previous day, and ever since I started trading 2.5 years ago, I was living in Europe for 6 months, and I was watching the DAX every day. And it was the same story. It's just long periods of trading range behavior. And then, like 4 hours later, sometimes just before the US session starts, the DAX ends up doing something, finally breaking out. I'm just like, why am I watching this shit? Just a chop, trapping. But yeah, I sort of watch it because I want to have an exercise in personal discipline and show up every day and give myself an opportunity, because I feel bad if I'm depriving myself of the opportunity of trading the European session, because sometimes big moves happen, but it just feels so difficult to trade it, more so than the US session. I don't know why it is, I really don't. But it does sometimes have huge trend days, like in the FTSE especially. So it's been a source of frustration for me. And I also feel that it's a good learning experience though. It's sort of like if I can learn how to trade a shitty environment like that and be okay and make a little bit of money and not lose money, I think it'll build a degree of discipline and caution. And because when I'm trading the DAX, I'm so fucking careful. I just know how wild it can be. It's like it's hard to explain to someone who doesn't trade, but with the DAX, every single buy signal, it never ever ever gets clean follow through. Like you're always experiencing pullbacks. It's like it's really efficient and it just keeps pulling back. Nothing ever gets clean follow through in the DAX. Like this is not really good follow through for bulls because it's bear bar, bull bar, bear bar. But oftentimes in the US market, you get really good follow through of things. You just press buy and the fucking thing takes off, you know. Whereas in the DAX, oh my god, it's a fucking disaster, the DAX. Like, with this fucking shit from yesterday, an expanding triangle, like nothing gets follow through. Nothing gets follow through. Until finally later on, it just takes off. And by that time, I'm like, I've already given up. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to trade it. But I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. Yeah, see, now it's again doing some kind of bearish price action. I think it's a trap. I just think it's a trap. I think bears, they're just not. I think bears are going to get wrecked today if they try to sell. Because this 20-minute bar, it's just bull bar, bull bar, bull bar. It looks much cleaner on this chart. But yeah, I think it's just going to keep channeling up. Maybe bears are going to be trying to sell new highs, but I don't think it's going to work out for them. I could be wrong. It'll be really fun to come back tomorrow to see what happened. Really fun. So it's like 15, 16 minutes until this 60-minute bar closes. I have a feeling that it's just going to rally like just really get all the bears wrecked like hard. Squeeze them hard into the final 15 minutes of this. The bears are hopeful. The bears are really hopeful. The reason I think this is because I think anybody who's short from yesterday, the market's going to make at least some attempt to shake them out. Yeah, it would really surprise me if the market sold off for another leg before really shaking these bears out. Really, it would surprise me a lot. But I have been surprised before in the market, so who knows? Like I was surprised by the strength of the sell-off yesterday. So much so that I was short up here. And I could have held for like fucking $5,000 of profit, but I didn't, because I didn't expect this shit to just plunge like this. And I think many people expected that. I know Tom Hugart didn't expect it because he tried to buy along and just lost a lot of money. Okay, so now it's making moves down. It's making sell signals. 2 consecutive bear bars here. Be really, really interesting coming back tomorrow. So there is a trap for bears down here. Bar 1. I wonder if the market comes back to bar 1 close at some point during the day. If it allows those bears, because the bears are trapped. And I think the reason that I think it's going higher is because I think any pullback here, bears are going to try and exit for, like they're going to look for any pullback to get out. Maybe a 50% pullback, I don't know. And when they get out, it's going to send the thing rocketing higher. So I think the bulls are just not letting them. I think the bulls are just not going to let them get that opportunity. They're just going to keep pushing it up. They know the bears are trapped. The bears are desperately fighting to try and prevent this bull channel from breaking out above. But the bulls have successfully sprung a huge trap on bears here. On bar 1. It's such a perfect trap. A bear bar closing on its low, and the market goes a few ticks below it, and then reverses up hard. Probably smart bears got out early above bar 1, which is why it rocketed up again. And the less smart bears, although I don't think that there are many stupid people in the financial markets who are seriously trading the financial markets and actually trading large volume. I don't think that any of them are very stupid, but the ones who are maybe willing to tolerate a bit more risk stayed in their position. And they're probably going to look for any pullback to get out. I don't know. Yeah, maybe my reading of that situation is not right, because it's moving down now. And actually it just broke a channel line, and also what it did was it tested that channel line just now. Sort of can see it in my mind's eye. Maybe something like that. And this bar went up to test the channel line. Could be a successful breakout to the downside now. Could be wrong about that. I always consider the possibility that I'm wrong. There has been 3 pushes, 4 pushes up actually, because this one here that I was hoping would go up when I got long down here actually did make a new high by a few ticks and then stopped me at break even. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 pushes up. I suppose that is technically a reversal pattern, a wedge top. Yeah, I'm going to stop the video because I'm not taking any more trades for today. Come back and see what happened tomorrow. It'll be fun to review that.